Hey guys, this is Ben. My username on the forums is Moore. I had some time this afternoon to come out to the park and set up my hammock, and I thought I would just record some stuff and show it to you. First of all, I'm in a classic Switchback 1.9 ounce single layer hammock. I have the net tied up. I don't have the guy lines out for it. I don't think it's necessary when the net is up. It's a very nice hammock. This is a very nice hammock. I have been a Hennessy user. I've been a war bonnet user. I really like my war bonnet. I like my Hennessy, but I think I'm gonna, this season at least, I'm gonna stick with the Switchback and see what I think about it. So far, the Switchback is a really nice hammock. You can switch either side. I don't mind having a dedicated head end, but I guess in a pinch, you know, it's nice to know that you never set it up wrong. You can just get in whichever way you want. It's a in-channel hammock. This is the first one of those I've ever laid in. I like it. I don't mind it at all. It was actually quite a bit easier to modify than a whipped end hammock. Never really tried a Hennessy, or to modify a Hennessy. It's very comfortable. I'm about 6'3". It fits me just fine. I can't say enough good things about the Switchback hammock. I made a continuous loop here and just fed it to the end of the Switchback hammock. And I did this on both ends, and this allows me to put a Dutch beaner at each end of my hammock here. My bishop bag that came with the hammock, which is a very nice bishop bag. That allows me to just leave that much hanging out of the bag with the clip attached, and then that just feeds up into my whoopee sling that I made here. And this is the same at both ends. I have a continuous loop attached to the Dutch beaner that is then attached to the whoopee sling that goes up, that is attached hard to my tree strap here. It goes up to the tree to another continuous loop that I use instead of a piece of hardware or looping the strap through the other end of the tree strap. I want to take just a minute to talk about the small customizations that I've made to this tarp, mostly just late at night on my computer. But I have changed a couple of things about this tarp, the way that it was shipped. Some things I like a lot. Actually, all of it I like a lot. I think it's all great. I'm going to show you these things now. First of all, the tarp ships with line locks on all of the tie-up points on the tarp. I cut all these off. I'm not really interested so much in saving the weight or anything like that. I just didn't really like them, and I thought that they were too big for the line that came with the tarp. So I cut them all off at the corners. And for a while I was just looping my guy line through the grosgrain ribbon here and just running that out to the ground, and that was fine. There's no problem there, except I didn't really like, and I've never liked, just having my guy lines hanging free from the tarp because they get tangled up or whatever, and it's not gadgety enough, I guess. So I built these little loops, and all they are diamond knots here at the end. There's nothing to it. It's just, there's this cow hitched, I mean it's girth hitched, and then whatever that second modification to the girth hitch is. And then I have the diamond knot here at the end with unfinished tails, no big deal. But then my guy lines, I have a fixed eye at the end of this 1.75 millimeter lashet. It goes down to the ground and is pile hitched to my shepherd's hook that I painted blue based on some advice from the forum, which I thought was very good. And this system is good. I mean, I can't really tension these lines on the fly using the pile hitch, but the shepherd's hook is small enough that I can move it around. Now I know that that changes in rocky territory, but I think this is a system that I can live with and I can adapt to. So this system is really pretty easy to operate. You just take your fixed eye, hook it over the ball, and that's it. And to attach these together, you just get the tick off the rope. Just take your fixed eye here, run the knot ball through, and that's it. It stays tight, and I can grab my stake and just put it where I want it and plant it, and that's it. So I guess I'm a Dutch man. I've already shown you the Dutch beaners here that I use. I like these a lot, but also on my tarp ridgeline here, attached to the snap ring, I have another loop. It doesn't end in a knot ball, but it ends in a Dutch tarp fly. It's a really cool little piece. I wrestled a long time with deciding whether or not to use this or a taut line hitch, and this just won. This is so easy, and there's not much to it. It also influenced another decision that I had to make about how to attach this line here to the tree. And Dutch won there too, but this is a genius little piece of equipment. You just wrap your line around it and your line is tight. There's nothing to it. Listen to that. +1 on the tarp flies. You did a good job. Then at the other end of my suspension, towards the tree, I come up here and I have a Dutch hook. It's so small, I can't find a place to show it to you in the video. There we go. It's a minute piece of titanium that is bent into a hook shape with an eye at one end. I hope you can see this. So I've just taken another piece of, the same piece of lash it here, and I put the smallest fixed eye I've ever made into the end of it and attached the Dutch hook. And it's as simple as just wrapping your line around the tree and coming back and hooking it on. There's nothing to it. Then you bring that down, past it, and attach that to your Dutch hook or your tarp fly, and you've got a nice solid ridge line. Nothing to it. I thought I would also take a second to show you how to set up and tear down the tarp really fast, since I'm doing that right now anyway. So here we go. Here I've got the tarp strung up, and I have my knot ball in my right hand and my guy line in my left, and I just bring it over and attach it. And now it's tied up, and then to detach it, it's as simple as pushing the buttons back through the loop. Okay, and then to actually put the tarp up, it's really a simple matter of just detaching the tarp flies at either end and stuffing it into the stuff sack that came with the tarp. So at the tarp fly, I just have the fly in my right hand and the line in my left. I just pull it out, undo it, and it's done. That's the tarp right there. And I guess this concludes it. This is my hammock, this is my tarp. This one's for fighting. That one's for fun.